reading, and that bill was committed to the Committee on Agriculture and also the Committee on Security and Special Duties. And I'm aware that the committee has sent notices to various stakeholders within the state. And I know that the stakeholders will be coming together 12 noon, and I'm aware some of them are even available already. So that's for the houses of assembly across Nigeria. So I also have to take that. Thank you very much. So 12 noon, and I'm also aware that Committee on Works will also be embarking on an oversight function after this plenary session. So members of Committee on Works, please take note of that also. Thank you very much. Yes, any public petition?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Leader of the House, thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and my dear colleagues. I want to use the opportunity to welcome us all to this plenary session. And Right Honorable Speaker, I have a petition from Adelabu Amos Dada, and it's a petition urging for the transfer of a criminal case, which is the rape of one Adelabu Olayinka Deborah, from the High Court to the State House of Assembly for impartial investigation and judgment. And this petition was signed by Adelabu Amos Dada. I want to believe on behalf of Adelabu Olayinka Deborah.
Yeah, Leader of the House, so that we don't waste time on this type of petition, I allow you to take the petition only for one reason. We all know that any matter that is before a competent court, we cannot justice, particularly the way and manner it is being handled by the police according to the petition. Why we cannot withdraw the case from court, but I will still direct the Committee on Judiciary and Legal Matters to have a closer look into this petition, and also as the voice of the people and the voice as the post office, that you look into this petition by inquiring into how the matter is being handled. There is nothing stopping this house sending even our legal unit to witness how the matter is being handled in court. We can look into it, why we are not sitting on the matter. But we can also be part of the process as an interested party in a way to ensure that justice is done on the matter. Why we are not sitting to decide on the case, but we must. So Committee on Judiciary and Legal Matters, please take this matter up, inquire, and ensure that justice is done. If a man is crying that his daughter was raped, and that one way or the other, the police are trying in a way that they are trying to cover up justice, I think it is behold on us also to ensure that it's not done in our dear state. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, any matter of urgent public importance? Yes, Honorable Temitokpe Longe. Yes, before then, let me also mention, because earlier on, Honorable Demola Ojo came up with, under announcement, came up with what happened or really transpired in Ijero, that I felt this matter should be referred. Should come up either under matter of urgent public importance or a motion. I think with the leave of this House, because ordinarily we are to take one matter of urgent public importance in a sitting, but this House also has the power to suspend our rules. So with the leave of the House, we can allow Honorable Demola Ojo to also take a matter of urgent public importance after Honorable Tokwelonge. So those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. Then the ayes have it. So Honorable Tokwelonge. So Honorable Demola Ojo prepare to come up on that matter of urgent public importance.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Longe Temitokwe Ademola, and I represent the good people of Oye Constituency 1, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise before you this morning with very profound respect under matters of urgent public importance to bring to your attention the deteriorating security situation in the country. Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I rise today to draw the urgent attention of this Honorable House to the grave and deteriorating security situation in Kwara State, which poses a clear and present danger not only to the people of Kwara, but also to neighboring states, particularly Ekiti State. Mr. Speaker, on the 3rd of February 2026, an armed group carried out a horrific attack on Woro village in Kwara State, resulting in the death of over 200 innocent persons, with many others abducted. The brutality of this attack cannot be overstated, Mr. Speaker. Victims were reportedly bound and executed, while others were burnt alive. Even more disturbing is the fact that residents had issued earlier warnings of impending danger, yet the attack reportedly lasted for hours without any meaningful security intervention. Mr. Speaker, let me remind this House of the incident that happened on the 18th of November 2025, where armed men attacked the Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, Ekiti local government area of Kwara State, killing 3 worshippers and abducting several others, including the pastor. This incident is part of a growing pattern of violent attacks on rural communities in Kwara State, particularly those linked by forest corridors that have become safe havens for criminal elements. Mr. Speaker, from the 1st of January to the 7th of November 2025 alone, at least 207 persons were killed and over 177 abducted in Kwara State. Kwara's strategic position as a geographic bridge between Nigeria's northern and southwestern zones makes the surge in violence especially alarming, as it increases the risk of insecurity spreading further south, including to Ekiti State. Mr. Speaker, this situation constitutes a matter of urgent public importance. The lives, safety, and livelihoods of our citizens are under severe threat, and the apparent gaps in early response, intelligence coordination, and security deployment demand immediate attention. Let me use this opportunity to appreciate our hardworking governor and our proactive governor on the way and manner Ekiti State is collaborating with the security agencies to keep Ekiti safe. I encourage the state government to continue on this path by strengthening intelligence gathering and ensuring rapid response to early warning signals. I also want to call on the federal government of Nigeria to rise decisively to its constitutional responsibility in line with the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 14(2)(b), as amended, to protect lives and properties by reinforcing security presence, improving interagency coordination,
and dismantling criminal network operating along this forest. Mr. Speaker, the continued silence or delayed action in the face of these atrocities risks normalizing violence and undermining public confidence in the government. This honorable house must not remain indifferent while innocent Nigerians are slaughtered and abducted. I so submit, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Honorable Tokwadonge, for that matter of urgent public importance. I would say that if there is anything that this House has taken very seriously is issue of security. And I believe this is in line with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as Section 14(2)(b) as amended. And I know that on numbers, I don't know how many times now, that we have either by way of public matter of public urgent importance or by way of motion raised this issue of security. And we must not also shy away from the fact that the federal government in recent times has actually been more proactive than ever before. But until that safety is guaranteed, we will continue to speak and also encourage the people at the executive arm and security agencies to rise to the occasion. Why this is even more of importance to us in Ekiti State is because Kwara borders Ekiti. The next town to us is Eruku in Kwara. And that meaning that whatever happens in that borderline, in a way, also affects us in Ekiti State. But I must commend Ekiti State government for the yeoman job and for the proactive way he has been handling security issues. So to me, we must give credit to our governor, Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, and other officers and people working with him, particularly in the area of security. Like we all know that issue of security is not a matter that we can be discussing in public, but I know of a fact, and by the available information at my disposal, Ekiti State government is doing a lot in the areas of securing our borders, securing our territories, securing our communities. But for this house, we will continue to also admonish, advise, encourage them to continue and not to relent on their hours, to continue to work. I'm aware recently our forests around the northern belt were combed, and that has been a continuous exercise, which has actually weighed off these criminals from having insurgents into our state. Places like Okemesi, like Efon, and Ikere on these axis, and Igbaraudu Ogotun on that side, then Omo, and including Odo Ayedun Ekiti, Iyemero, Itakpaji, Ipao, Okeako, Irele, and those border towns has to be very, very secure. So to me, is for us. And let me also commend you once again. This is being proactive, and we will continue to do this. And again, it's also important for us to admonish our people to be security conscious, particularly in knowing their neighbors. There should be neighborhood watch. You should know those who comes in. And this is even more reason why the bill that is going for public hearing today is very, very critical and important. And I believe that after today, we have to give that bill an accelerated passage, because it's also a way to secure our community, to secure, I think, I'm sorry, I have to delve into that bill. One of the provisions is to the effect that even landlords or landowners or community leaders cannot just admit any stranger into communities without the approval of the governor. And don't let me preempt what will be the outcome of the public hearing today, but we have to look into this critically. While government is doing its part, I believe we as people, we must also do our part. Because some of these strangers living in our communities, some of them are brought in by even the so-called community leaders. And at the end of the day, they are the one wrecking havoc in our communities. And that we must not allow. Honorable Takwenoge, thank you. I commend you for bringing this up. And I commend all members of this house, because I know that what you have just spoken actually represents the aggregate opinion of all members. But let me also allow like one or two members to make comments before I round it up. Any comment from any member on this? Yes, Honorable Awoniyi. I know you expect me to mention Erimokwe the other time. Yes, and Erimokwe is also vulnerable if proper and adequate security is not made in our border towns.
Okay. Distinguished honorable members of the House, I'm Honorable Jacob Adeyemi Awoniyi, and I'm representing Mumbai Constituency 2. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Honorable Tope Lunge for the matter he brought to the House this morning. Unless you want to deceive ourselves, Mr. Speaker, anything that is happening in Kogi, that is happening in Kwara, is almost entering the Ekiti State. Some weeks ago, we had a touch of this ugly attack around my town, very close to my town. It's a gas settlement in Erimokwe land, where 5 people were abducted. Up till now, Mr. Speaker, we have not been able to have these people back to their settlement. The state government is trying seriously on this issue. The military, the police, the native hunters, the vigilantes, the Amotekons, all went into the bush in an attempt, to bring these people that perpetrated that terrible act. But up till now, no good result has been able to achieve. And to worsen the situation, Mr. Speaker, 2 people went to pay ransom. That was about a week ago. They took the ransom from them and abducted the 2 people again. That is the situation. And they went to Oroago in Kwara. They went to Oroago to deliver the ransom. So anything that is happening in Kwara is almost entering Ekiti State if care is not taken. But I know we have a governor that is capable. We have a governor that is always futuristic and thinking they can also solve this problem. Something must be done very urgently, at least to save the people living in the border town. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Awoniyi. And I believe that your community is also working with the security agencies to ensure that the release of the abducted ones. Yes. Okay. In the absence of no. Okay, leader of the House.
Right, Honorable Speaker, and my dear colleagues, I want to really appreciate the attention brought to this issue by Honorable Tope Lunge. This could have been the best time. It has been part of my submissions from previous discussions that the border towns in Ekiti, which my community, Ogotun, is one. We had the incident where we were discussing about child abuse, we were discussing about child slavery then, and
Trafficking.
yeah, it was a route because they are at the border. And,
yes, statistics actually shows that from people from the southern, southwest
yes,
area are more susceptible to child trafficking
trafficking
from the NAPTIP reports.
Yeah. So I want to join my colleagues to once and for all find a lasting solution to the security status of these our border towns. And also, it's a place for drug dealers, it's a route for drug dealers, it's a route for so many activities. So I think there's a need for security presence in most of these border towns to help curtail the expansion or the explosion of these activities. I so submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Tolulokwe, the leader of the House, also for bringing that. Just not only the issue of kidnapping, not only the issue of mindless killings, but also the issue of child trafficking and child molestation and other acts of criminality within our state and our borders. But like you have said, it is State, by the special grace of God, under the leadership of Governor Biola Abayomi Banji, we have been very proactive, and why the House is just speaking on this is for us not to rest on our oars, and it's also to charge our people to be watchful. Even the Holy Scripture says, be prayerful and be what? And be watchful. While you are praying, you must be watchful. While we are happy that we have security in the state, we cannot also go to bed. We must also be active. So on that note, I would say that it will be the resolve of the House that we write, one, to commend the governor and government of Ekiti for doing a great job in the area of security, and further charge them, particularly all the security agencies, to further beef up security around our borders in Ekiti State. So, and also we will resolve, and it's our resolve, that the community leaders and to make it a matter of urgency to sensitize their people on issue of neighborhood watch. And I think it would be good, even for us, at not too late day, to organize a special session on security in Ekiti State. We should hold a special session on issue of security, where we will invite community leaders, invite KBACs, invite every one of them, and to be part of it, so that it will serve as a sensitization effort by us. So, if you are in favor that this form part of this resolution, say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. Clerk, please ensure you come up with the resolution of the House. Yes, any personal explanation? Any personal explanation? In the absence? Oh, sorry. Honorable Ademola Ojo, you have the leave of the House to come up with another matter of urgent public importance. Thank you. You have the floor.
Speaker, dear colleagues, my name is Honorable Ademola Martins Ojo. I represent the good and the bad people of Ijero constituency, the largest constituency in Ekiti State. Mr. Speaker, sir, and dear colleagues, I'm here this morning to notify the House of the ugly incident that occurred in my town after yesterday heavy rainfall. The rainstorm affected thousands of buildings were destroyed in my town.
How many thousands are we talking about?
Like say 10,000 buildings.
How many buildings are in Ijero?
Millions.
How many buildings are in Ijero? Well, Honorable Ademola Ojo, the heavy downpour actually affected a lot of houses in Ijero. I agree with you on that, but I'm not sure if the houses in Ijero are more than 1,000 in the first place.
Well, so, sir, I'm using this opportunity to please appeal on behalf of the community to appeal to our authority to come to our aid. If you get to the town now, there is nothing to talk about. It's like a war zone. The business activities has been paralyzed. So on that note, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want you to help us to call on NEMA, SEMA, to please come to Ijero for on-spot assessment. Also, we'll be talking to Our Excellency, and we are also appealing for relief materials in form of any intervention for my people. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very
for
much,
giving me the
Honorable
floor.
Demola Ojo. I don't think we have to belabor this. Number one, this is a natural disaster. A natural disaster that is unforeseen. But when we are talking about natural disaster of this nature, I also think this house should also continue sensitization of our people, community, including ourselves, on issue of deforestation. One of the challenges we are facing is because of deforestation. And that's why we have to encourage our people to begin to go, let us learn how to plant trees. Trees are windbreakers. Trees, when you have trees, they are windbreakers. And when you look at Ijero, it seems that there is a lot of deforestation around that area. That does not mean it cannot happen where we have enough trees, but at least there will be windbreakers. But your prayers are noted. Your prayers is number one, that we should call on the necessary authority to see how they can mitigate the effect of what has happened yesterday, particularly calling on NEMA, SEMA, and other disaster management agencies in the state, and also calling on the state government. I think that is necessary. And this will form part of it. But beyond that, this house, through the Committee on Environment, will visit that scene. But Honorable Demola Ojo, you will be part of the committee, if not leading them or guiding them. Committee on Environment. I'm aware Honorable Princess Iyabo Fakunle Okeme, who is the chairman, is not around. So Honorable Dele Oguchakin, I think you are the vice chair of that committee. Your committee will have to pay a visit to Ijero to see the effects of this havoc wreaked by the rainstorm that happened yesterday. And please ensure that you visit the scene and also write a report to be presented at our next plenary. Please ensure you have that. Clerk of the House, so resolution will resolve that, calling on all necessary appropriate authorities to intervene and in a way to see how they can mitigate the effect of the rainstorm. And I know the office of the Deputy Governor coordinates particularly disaster management agencies in Ekiti State. So please, while your communication is going to the governor, ensure you also have one to the office of the Deputy Governor. Then the committee, the House has also mandate Committee on Environment to pay a visit to the locus in Kuho to see the magnitude and also to ascertain the claim of thousands of houses destroyed by the rainstorm. Thank you. Those in favor that this form part of our resolution say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Yes, any personal explanation in the absence? I know that it's done. In the absence of no personal explanation, I call on the leader of the House to quickly run us through the order of the day.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My dear colleagues, thanks for staying true. Right Honorable Speaker, the order paper for Thursday, February 12, 2026 has 5 items. And item 1 is the Administration of Criminal Justice Amendment Law 2026. It's a private bill sponsored by the Right Honorable Speaker and other members. Items 2 is a confirmation of the appointment of Mr. Wolabi Elesomi Adeyinka. Items 3 is a confirmation as Deputy Clerk. Items 3 is a confirmation of the appointment of Mr. Fashiku Adegboyega as Executive Secretary. Items 4 is a motion on the need to strengthen compliance with resolutions of the House of Assembly, while item 5 is adjournment.
Yes, thank you very much, Leader of the House. I'm going to say this, wherever we get to, and 5 minutes before 12, we will have to stop our sitting to enable the public hearing that had already been slated for 12 noon. So we will continue. Can you take number 1?
Honorable Speaker, the next item, which is item 1, is the first reading of the Administration of Criminal Justice Amendment Law 2026.
I call on the Clerk of the House to take the first reading of the Administration of Criminal Justice Amendment Law 2026.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members, Ekiti State Administration of Criminal Justice Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The Committee on Rules and Business, please schedule this to the next legislative day for second reading. Thank you. Yes, Leader of the House.
Honorable Speaker, the next item is a confirmation of the appointment of Mr. Owolabi Ilesomele as Deputy Clerk, Executive Assembly. And in view of this, Honorable Speaker, I would like to move the motion that seeking the leave of this House, that Mr. Owolabi Ilesomele be granted and be admitted into this honorable chamber to be seen and to be heard for the process of the confirmation of his appointment. I so move.
Thank you very much. I call on the Sergeant at Arms to bring in Mr. Owolabi Adeyinka. Meanwhile, what's his name? This Sergeant at Arms, what's his name again? Aduloju, where are you going? There are other people. Are there no other Sergeant at Arms there? Yes, please sit. Let the other ones bring him in. Oh, sorry. There was a motion. Because he distracted me when I saw him going, I don't know. Seconder. Yes, I call on Honorable Princess Tejo Kuyiga.
The Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Adeteju Okuiga. I represent Boeing Ayekire constituency of Ekiti State. Good afternoon, colleagues. I rise to second the motion.
Igbele is over.
Yes, sir. I rise.
Then let me also use this medium to commiserate with you on the passing of our dear royal father.
Thank you.
Your own father.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Our father.
Thank you.
I understand that these laws can be very painful.
Yes.
More so that since that has happened, we've not been able to see your face.
Yes, sir.
Today we are able to see your face, and we can see it's still the same princess.
Yes.
So may God grant you the fortitude and all of us the fortitude to bear these irreparable loss.
Thank
And
you.
why we are also commiserating with the people, good people of Isaac Ekiti.
Thank you.
The lobby with them all.
Thank
Please
you.
go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise this afternoon to second the motion for the confirmation of the appointment of Mr. Owolabi, that it should be allowed to the chambers to be seen and be heard for his process of his appointment. Thank you, Mr.
I
Speaker.
put the question that those in favor that Mr. I hope the motion covers the two of them or just one person. Next time you just do it so that we don't waste our time on this. Well, those in favor that Mr. Owolabi Ilesomele Adeyinka be admitted into this hallowed chamber and for his confirmation as a deputy clerk, those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. What's funny? Is it the suit or what? Or the tie or the shoe?
Dear colleagues, right?
Leaning forward a bit. Yes, that's okay. Where I can see him properly. Please go ahead. Don't worry, very soon we'll move to our digital chamber. Very, very soon. Yes, leader of the house.
Yeah, dear colleagues, right honorable speaker, we have before us Mr. Owolabi Ilesomi Adeyinka, who was born on the 13th of August, 1968 in Ikole Ekiti, Ikole local government area of Ekiti State, Nigeria. He is a distinguished educationist and seasoned legislative administrator. He obtained his primary school certificate in 1977, a teacher's grade 2 certificate in 1986, and later earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Yoruba Studies in 1995 and a Master of Arts in Yoruba in 2008 from the then Ondo State University, now Ekiti State University, Ado Ekiti. He began his career with the Teaching Service Commission on the 28th February 1998 as a class teacher, tutor 2, grade level 8, with his appointment confirmed in 2000 and rose to the position of Principal Masters, grade level 12 in 2008 through dedication and professional excellence. In 2010, he transferred his service to the House of Assembly Service Commission, where he was converted to the Administrative Officer, grade level 10 in 2012 after a rigorous selection process. He subsequently rose to become the first indigenous Director of Administration and Supplies, attaining grade level 16 and serving as Deputy Director, the most senior position in the Legislative Service, before his appointment as Deputy Clerk of the House, as announced at the plenary sitting on 3rd February 2026. Through his career, he has served as Secretary and a member of several key committees, including Finance and General Purpose, Works, Infrastructure and Maintenance, Establishment and Personnel Matters, Disciplinary and Welfare, and the Committee on Review of the House of Assembly Scheme and Conditions of Service. He has also attended numerous workshops and professional trainings within and outside the state, and he is happily married to Mrs. Funmilayo Bosede Owolabi with children. That is the citation of Mr. Owolabi Adeyinka Ilesomi.
Thank you very much, Leader of the House, for going through this. The difference between his confirmation and the screening of other commissioners nominee coming before us is that he is our staff. He has worked with us, and we all know him. The only thing I can ask him, Mr. Owolabi Ilesomi Adeyinka, will you say everything that have been read about you are correct, and that is exactly who you are?
Yes.
Any member with any question or anything to say? All right, thank you very much. I will put the question straight away. And this time, because this confirmation requires 2/3 majority, I am going to make it an electronic voting. We are going to vote. Media, I hope this is ready. So I will put the question that those in favor that the appointment of Mr. Owolabi Ilesomi Adeyinka as the Deputy Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly, Deputy Clerk, what a rapid promotion. As the Deputy Clerk, Ekiti State House of Assembly, those in favor that this appointment be confirmed by this House, please press yes. And those against, press nay. Well, media, I don't know what is wrong. Well, before maize, fowls also eat before maize. So if fowl can hit before maize, this house can also vote even before the introduction of electronic voting. And on that note, I am going to put a question that those in favor that Mr. Wolabi Ilesami Adeyinka appointment be confirmed as the deputy clerk in the Christian House of Assembly, those in favor, raise your hands. Sergeant Adam, can you count? Chief Whip, please. You are voting already. Chief Whip, count. Are you sure? Is that correct? Is that correct? Thank you. How many of us are in the presently? Yes, I don't vote because 19 present and 18 voted. That's okay. It's 2/3 of those who are seated. Thank you very much. Please sit down. I also put the question that those who are against, raise your hands. Count. How many? 0. What is 2/3 of 19? What's 2/3 of 19? We are 19. 13. And 17, 18 voted in favor. So, on that note, if 17, 18 voted in favor, then I can say the yeas have it. On that note, I state that the appointment of Mr. Wolabi Ilesami Adeyinka has been confirmed as the deputy clerk in the Ekiti State House of Assembly. Congratulations. Congratulations. You can take a bow to go. Thank you very much, Leader of the House.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The next item on our order for today is the confirmation of the appointment of Mr. Fashiku Adegboyega as Executive Secretary. Right, in view of this, I would like to move the motion that this House admits Mr. Fashiku Adegboyega to be seen and be heard for the purpose of the confirmation of his appointment.
Sergeant Atam, please, can you do your job?
People at the gallery, please maintain perfect silence there.
Seeking the leave of my colleagues and this House for the admittance of Mr. Fashiku Adegboyega for the purpose of his confirmation to be seen and to be heard. I so move.
Any seconder? Yes. Honorable Alehaja Miriam Ogunlade.
Thank you, the Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Alehaja Miriam Bimbola Ogunlade. I represent the entire good people of Emure constituency. I rise this afternoon to second the motion ably moved by the leader of the house, that Mr. Adegboyega be invited, be admitted into this chamber to be heard and seen. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Very much, Honorable Alhaja Miriam Bimbola Ogunlade. So those in favor that Mr. Adegboyega Fashiku be admitted into this other chamber for his confirmation as Executive Secretary, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Yes, bring him in. Thank you, Leader of the House.
Honorable Speaker, my dear colleagues, once again this morning we have Mr. Fashiku Adegboyega Samuel before us. He was born on the 28th October 1979 to Chief and Mrs. Matthew Bolaji Fashiku of the royal family of Oba Abraham Fashiku, Ilisa Quarters, Omu Ekiti. He is a distinguished statistician and a public servant. He attended CAC Primary School, Omu Ekiti, 1985 to 1989, and Omu Comprehensive High School, 1990 to 1995, before proceeding to the University of Ibadan, where he obtained a BSc Honors in Statistics in 2004. He completed his National Youth Service Corps in Gusau, Zamfara State in 2005, and later returned to the University of Ibadan for his MSc in Statistics, graduating with PhD grade in 2008. He is a member of the National Statistician Association of Nigeria, NSA. He joined the State Legislative Service in 2008 as a pioneer staff of the Budget, Planning, Research, and Statistics Department, contributing significantly to his establishment and rising through the ranks to become director in 2015. He serves as an interface between the House of Assembly and key institutions, including the Ministry of Budget and Economics, Planning, and the State and Federal Bureau of Statistics, oversees the Legislative Data Bank, and prepares and monitors the annual budget and medium-term expenditure framework of the Legislative Service. His leadership contributed to the growth of the legislative budget from 1.58% in 2015 to 3.9% of the 2026 approved state budget. He has also chaired and served on several planning committees within the Legislative Service, attended professional trainings and workshops, and is known for his calm, composed, and dedicated disposition. He is married to Mrs. Tolulope Fiyin Fashiku, and the marriage is equally blessed with children.
Thank you, Leader of the House. Yes, Mr. Fashiku Adegboyega, we also know you. The difference between your confirmation and that of commissioner nominees or other nominees to this house is because you also work with us. And I believe you are no stranger to any members of this house. But this is the time that your work will speak for you, either for or against. You have been nominated for appointment and you are to be confirmed. The only question I'm going to put to you, you have listened to the Leader of the House. Will you say everything said about you are actually the correct position of yourself?
Yes, my right, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Is there any member of the House who has any question or anything to say? Yes, Honorable Ogunshakin Oladele Olaoye.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Honorable Oladele.
Who is that?
Olaoye Ogunshakin.
Whose phone is that?
Please, the visitor we have here, can you please put your phone in silence, please? Or else, if that phone is seized, forget about it.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Oladele Olaoye Ogunshakin. I represent the good people of Ekiti East Constituency 1. I rise this morning to appreciate and to commend the leadership of this honorable house on the occasion of the confirmation of Mr. Olugboyega Fashiku as Executive Secretary in the Legislative Service. Mr. Fashiku, before this elevation, served diligently as a Senior Planning Officer and a Director of Budget, Planning, Research, and Statistics. His record of professionalism, competence, and sincere dedication to the duty within the legislative bureaucracy speak for itself. Permit me, distinguished colleagues, to sincerely thank the Right Honorable Speaker and the principal officers for their sustained commitment to workforce development, fairness in appointment, and the reward of diligence within our legislative service. This action further strengthens confidence and in the system and encourage excellence among the staff. Let me also extend my profound appreciation to our action governor, the amiable governor, the champion of change, and the back-to-back recipient of the prestigious National Leadership Award, His Excellency Governor Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji, for his responsiveness and consistent support for the growth of our institutions. On behalf of our Kabiyesi, about Dr. Adejuwon Omonigbeyin, the Olomo of Omo Kingdom, and the good people of Omo Ekiti, I express our heartfelt gratitude for considering one of our sons, Prince Adegboyega of the Fashiku Royal Dynasty, Agila ruling house, for this appointment. Like Oliver Twist, Mr. Speaker, we'll continue to ask for more of this thoughtful consideration for our constituents who continue to serve diligently in public service. My appreciation also goes to my distinguished colleagues and the principal officer of the 7th Assembly once again, the hardworking chairman and member of the House of Assembly Commission for prioritizing staff welfare, career progression, and institutional strengthening. To the entire legislative bureaucracy, we thank you for your steadfast dedication and loyalty to the House and to the people of Ekiti State. May your labor of service be continually rewarded. In view of the testimonies of competence, dedication, and integrity associated with Mr. Gboyega Fashiku, I respectfully urge my honorable colleagues to give their overwhelming support and confirm his appointment as Executive Secretary as he symbolically takes the traditional bow before the maize, this holy chamber, and the good people of Ekiti. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, thank you very much. I can say Honorable Dele Ogunshakin came prepared. And we have listened to you, but I must also state that this appointment is based on merit. It's merit-based, not on any consideration other than that this person is qualified. If he's from any other place, he will still be picked as the Executive Secretary. Not because he's from Omo Ekiti, neither from the south, but because he has actually worked and meritoriously in the service of Ekiti State House of Assembly. I personally can speak much of him, being the Director of Planning and Budget in the Ekiti State House of Assembly. Is one of the few staff in the House of Assembly who has worked diligently and very committed. Most times I come early. I know some of the staff that when you come at 7 a.m., you meet them on ground. And by the time even you are leaving 7 p.m., they are still here, even working. And ask him anything at all. He is readily available to provide the needed information with, on his job. And that is actually qualifying. I'm also, even on the rung of the ladder, is actually qualified. So everything works in his favor. It's not done out of any favor, but based on merit. Maybe on that note, I will just put the question, and this time around, a voice vote. If you are in support that the appointment of Mr. Fashiku Adegboyega Samuel be confirmed as the Executive Secretary of the State House of Assembly, say aye. Those against say nay. Then the ayes have it. Overwhelming support and confirmation. On that note, I state that Mr. Adegboyega Samuel Fashiku's appointment as Executive Secretary in the Executive House of Assembly has been confirmed. Congratulations. So you can take a bow now and go. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Let me say that we are going to eat into the time of public hearing by taking the last item before adjournment. So, Leader of the House, can you just take us? Let's take it briefly. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, the next item on the order of paper is item 4, and that's the motion on the need to strengthen compliance with resolutions of the State House of Assembly. And the mover is Honorable Ayodeji Adewite. You may direct him to seek the leave of the House to be heard.
Honorable Ayodeji Adewite, please first take the leave of the House for you to move this motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues. I'd like to seek the leave. Oh, my name is Ayodeji Adewite, representing Ado Constituency 1.
Honorable Tokwenoge, sit down.
I would like to seek the leave of.
Two of you cannot be standing at the same time. Sit down. Sit down.
I'd like to seek the motion of this House. I'd like to seek the leave of the House that this motion on the need to strengthen compliance with resolutions of the State House of Assembly be heard. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, a leave of the House is being sought. Who is seconding the motion for the leave to be granted? Yes, Honorable Babatunde Oke. Leave of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Dear colleagues, I am Honorable Babatunde Oke, representing Ikere Constituency 1. I rise to second the motion seeking the leave of the House. That's motion on the need to strengthen compliance with resolutions of the State House Assembly be heard. I so second.
Those in favor that this motion seeking the need to strengthen compliance with resolution of the House, moved by Honorable Ayodeji Adewite. Those in favor that the leave be granted, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Adewite, can you now move your motion?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My distinguished colleagues, once again, my name is Ayodeji Adewite, representing Ado Constituency 1. The motion on the need to strengthen compliance with resolutions of the Ekiti State House of Assembly. I rise to move a motion on a matter of urgent institutional importance, the need to strengthen compliance with resolutions of the Ekiti State House of Assembly by ministry, departments, and agencies of government. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, the Ekiti State House of Assembly is constitutionally empowered under sections 128 and 129 of the 1999 Constitution as amended to make laws, pass resolutions, and exercise oversight over the executive for the good governance of Ekiti State. The resolutions of this honorable House represent the collective will of the people of Ekiti State, expressed through their elected representatives, and are meant to guide policy direction, correct administrative lapses, and promote accountability and effective service delivery. However, this House has observed with concern that several resolutions passed by the Assembly are either delayed in implementation or ignored outright by some MDAs, thereby undermining the suggesting contempt towards the legislative authority of this House, weakening oversight and eroding public confidence in democratic governance. The absence of a structured enforcement and tracking mechanism for House resolutions has contributed to this trend, making it difficult to access compliance, impose consequences for default, or ensure timely feedback from MDAs. Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, I am of the firm view that strengthening compliance with resolutions will A, enhance accountability and transparency in governance, B, improve synergy between the legislature and the executive, C, deepen respect for democratic institutions, D, ultimately improve service delivery to the people of Ekiti State. Accordingly, I move that this Honorable House resolves as follows. 1. All resolutions of the Ekiti State House of Assembly shall be formally transmitted to the affected MDAs with clear timelines for compliance and feedback. 2. Every standing and ad hoc committees be mandated to track, monitor, and report on the implementation status of resolutions referred to them. 3. Defaulting MDAs and heads of other institutions be summoned by relevant committees or by the House to explain non-compliance pursuant to Section 128 and 129 of the Constitution 1999 as amended. 4. Compliance with House resolutions be made a key consideration during budget defense, confirmation of nominees, and oversight engagements. 5. That the clerk of the House be directed to establish a resolution compliance register or tracker to periodically brief the House on implemented, pending, and ignored resolutions. 6. Persistent refusal or neglect to comply with House resolutions shall attract appropriate legislative sanctions, including further resolutions, censure, or the suspension of budgetary considerations for the defaulting parties during the appropriation process, where applicable. 7. The executive arm of government be urged to issue necessary directives to MDAs to accord prompt and full compliance to resolutions of this Honorable House in the interest of good governance. This motion is not intended to create conflict, but to strengthen institutional cooperation, accountability, and effectiveness in line with the shared commitment of all arms of government to the development of Ekiti State. I so move. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ayo Adegbite. May I call on the seconder of the motion? Honorable Johnson Oyekola Bode Adeoye.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise this afternoon, Mr. Speaker, to second this motion, ably moved by my colleague, Honorable Ayo Adegbite, on the need to strengthen compliance with resolutions of this Honorable House. Mr. Speaker, the motion has been well explained by the mover, and we know most of our deliberations here are finally stated in the resolution of the House, and they are transmitted to the affected MDA departments or parastatal of government. But over the years, it has been noticed that majorities of these MDA, whom are directed by the resolutions of this House to take certain actions or make some corrective, take corrective actions to whatever they are doing, as observed in the House and as deliberated upon and as resolved upon, has always maintained lukewarm attitude to some of these resolutions. We have noticed over the years that they are swift to implement those ones that suit their purpose. But whenever the House resolution reviews any of their action and give corrective directive, they usually put it under the carpet or pay lip service to it. So it is on the backdrop of this, Mr. Speaker, that necessitated this motion. And I strongly support that the House of Assembly has the constitutional duty to further strengthen compliance with its resolution, and that is what this motion has aimed to achieve. So, Mr. Speaker, it is the interest of entrenchment of legislative practice and respect to the Parliament that this motion is moot, and I so second it, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I must state at this junction that further debate on this motion will be stepped down to the next legislative business day, so that please ask Committee on Rules and Business, let it come up at our next legislative day for debate. So we do the members can now make contribution at our next legislative day. On that note, may I call on the leader of the House to take the next item on our order paper.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and my dear colleagues. And the last item on our order for today, which is item 5, is adjournment. And
go ahead.
With Mr. Speaker's permission, I want to move the motion that this House adjourns, having exhausted the items for today, adjourns Senate. I so move.
Any seconder? Yes. Honorable. Yes. Babatunde Abiodun Faweku.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I am Babatunde Abiodun Faweku. I rise to second the motion as moved by the leader of business that this House do adjourn Sinadai. So I second. Thank you.
Under motion for adjournment, what's today's date? Today's what? Of 2026. Well, it's also worthy of note to note that today, by the grace of God, our own governor, your governor, my governor, our governor, is being awarded as the governor of the year by the Leadership and Telegram. These are well-recognized media outfits. And over the years, they've always come around to announce the best of the best. It is undeniable, and you cannot argue it, that Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji has performed excellently in the area of promotion of peace, in good governance, in infrastructural development. Ekiti today is known for peace, is known for good news. It's no longer a state, one day, one trouble, but Ekiti is a day, it's now Ekiti of one day, one development, one day peace under the leadership of Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, a man of peace, a man who believes in the development of our dear state, a man who is humble to a fault, and that is the governor that is being celebrated all over our nation today. And it's on that note that this House, on behalf of myself as the Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly, the 7th Assembly, the principal officers, the ranking members, and all other members of this House. Yes, maybe I should take that again. On behalf of myself, the Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly, other principal members, the ranking members, and all other members of this House, we are celebrating our own governor. We are congratulating our own governor for making us proud, for making Ekiti State proud. Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji has done it again. Remember last year, it was so honored. This year is being honored. What an honor to Ekiti State. We all say, congratulations, Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji. On that note, I put the question that those in favor that these are like John Synodi, press yes. And if you are against, you can press no. Voting commences now. Yes. I hope nothing is happening to our votes. All right. Well, at the end of the voting, 19 people voted, excluding the speaker. 18 said yes. 1 said no. And as you always know, in democracy, minority will have their say, majority will have their way. On that note, the yes have it. I arise.